Welcome everyone to another live stream here in our open source hour, working with our Linux distribution. And as I only noticed some months ago, we had some issue with error handling. Usually T2 or Linux distribution scripted in shell, bash, but that doesn't really matter. It's kind of mostly the same in C and stuff. Rust error handling, right? Usually underrated until you need it. And APR, was it not in this one? PR is when you want to reproduce it. Okay, doesn't matter. So what I noticed sometimes it takes like 18 years to notice that. So what happened is that when we build stuff, let's like build target here, but that name also doesn't matter. Basically when we, for our data update bot, previous video, so searches the internet for open source package updates and test build that we implemented the last quarters, that this build target didn't produce a proper error code. And I didn't notice that for probably 18 years, like maybe 20. It's like, yeah, you run this manually and it's like you look on the build output there. And I looked into that some months ago, but it wasn't immediately clear. Today I finally took a closer look. And usually our T2's shell script stuff, and actually in shell it's kinda often easier, because for example you can run with set-e for error out immediately, like trap and exit on error. In C and C++ you obviously don't have that luxury, you need to explicitly handle that all over the place. But nonetheless, with all the sub-processes and stuff, it wasn't immediately obvious. We have here also some package loop and stuff, and so it's like package loop and package action and stuff. So it looked like it should work, but somehow it didn't. And I debugged some months ago, debugged a little bit around this, like nah, YOLO, whatever. And today I finally took a closer look, and it were two things. So one thing is, the one thing that prevented and ironically we even have a proper exit one here, like in error cases here, in two major error cases, when this build loop, like maybe here, packet action, and probably there. So yeah, ironically we had an explicit exit one here with this sub process, but that somehow didn't make it to the shell for further scripting. And it turns out it's two things actually, and it's actually quite tricky. So one thing is that we have an error handling here. Trap on exit, here's this umount action, because we mount a sandbox change root. And that is one thing. So even if it would have worked, and this, I debugged this some months ago, it wasn't immediately obvious, and today I debugged this another 30 minutes or so. It's like, yeah, of course, sometimes it just takes a while. So if on exit, implicitly or explicitly, this we trap to this function here, this was actually also hiding the error code, right? So we need to save that. That is as easy as that. So I added that today. So previously this was of course without that, right? Prior to today. And yeah, so we need to save this, do this unmount stuff. So otherwise it would return the last error code here. Actually, yeah, maybe the last umount error code probably. And so yeah, we need that. However, that still didn't work, and then it's like, yeah, what's going on? Still going on here. And turns out, due to we running T here, so the second thing is that is here for all those expanded target builds. Actually, do we need? Actually, ironically, I think we don't even need the trailing actually. But anyway, that's not the point. But so this T was hiding this. I was running here with echo bash line or whatever, there was some internal variable for. So it turns out, yeah, this T, right? We got the exit code, so this was, so I still got like 0 for exit return code 0. And this is debugging this with this last used bash command thing. It was this T and logging this. So we have here the build, script build tools and stuff. And then we run T at the end. So we, for that arbitrary reason, because it is the last command then run, we would always get like 0, even if we exited here from this sub process of building that. here in that scope. So it is not immediately obvious for what we use that. So someone added that, maybe I, maybe Claire, maybe someone else. It's pointless to SFV and blame that. No, it doesn't even matter 20 years later. It's also, always need to blame other people. The reason it's not immediately obvious, so what T does is it's like in pipe turns a T pipe, right, of also appending that to this log file. Actually, wait a second, it's adding that to build target. But build logs, this is exactly like that one. So because we save here, this 201 is a special file descriptor for our build target thing there. It's not immediately obvious to me what additionally stuff that logs, and I can only see like additional like errors printed, like log stuff printed out from scripts here that are not like, yeah, if we desperately needed that, it's, for now I commented that out because I don't really quite see the point. And even if there's some output message after the internal package build, like, we could add this back. I very rarely leave code commented out. This is one of those things like, it's there, maybe it's nice to log some additional stuff, but for today it's like, I'm not. Yes, I said earlier, 10 minutes ago, I said error handling in shell is easier, right? Except when it isn't. This is one of those exceptions. I'm very sure you can somehow make this work, but for today that is not the very highest. Maybe it is as simple as putting that here, like running this with T and then angle bracket less than, that potentially could work, I guess. But for today I leave it commented out until I next time ever finds it. Anyway, so with this that works. That is certainly, I did this just a little bit of update of, it's always, there's always something, right? So that would be that one. We have here a couple of other, so we still have here, we still need to find this race condition stuff here. This is actually, that actually brings me back to, as per usual, it's like 10 minutes of summary. Was it 10 minutes? Hey, less than 10 minutes, yay, 8-minute summary. Why is there anything important going on my GitHub? This stuff. There are two things. So one thing, I have here some other uncommitted stuff for data. One thing is actually, where is this user? Did I kill that? That is sad. I screwed up here this commit script. I modified this for data. This is also not yet committed. Basically, so what's going on here? Printf. Why did I do that though? Nobody quite remembers, maybe. Maybe before a new line. Maybe for this add text. Always to add a new line. Okay. Maybe we need to revert that. So this was not yet committed because it wasn't final. And the thing is now, I noticed I committed already some not super good commits. Because now we don't have new lines here anymore. Right, I see where the issue is. So the issue is for one thing, because we have this added text. Okay, I see where the problem is. So yeah, this I have here very small things as per usual. The other day I accidentally deleted my to-do for whatever arbitrary reason. Probably I should sort this sooner or later into a trunk. Let's maybe quickly do one thing. I just noticed there's this /. We also need to escape. Set how many of those do we have here? Because we don't. Why did we not find build target had one? Or is it? Ah, this is not build. Ah, this is target build sh. Okay, this is only one single. I think I recently did some extra removal. What would be the? Maybe we grab for A to Z. Okay, there are. Do we need that for source conf? How is it with passes? Just a tiny little bit cleanup while we notice that. Right now we have a little bit changes. Alright, did I not commit those though? I thought I committed those. Because this is also super annoying, a really strange regression. For decades you could grab stuff, and now since a decade or so, plus or minus, give or take, this GNU grab can error out with, like, only prints binary file matches if this is a little bit silly. I think I committed those that were necessary. Maybe we revert those and see if we... So I guess we would potentially always need that there. Nah. Maybe we check if I committed those. Yeah, oh wait, this is 2019. Maybe I should not have... Okay, we can redo that later. First I quickly wanted to maybe... remove some of those. Wait, so what is true? So we include, what a second, that is. Just not to have always so much stray stuff, I think. That does work like that, yeah, with... Yeah, I guess that should work. Which other was that? That was config dialog. A little bit more readable, so... just a little bit. Not the most important, just triggers me a little bit, the stuff all over. There's also an extra space for some reason. Oh, there's all, okay. Okay, let's probably commit that. Were that all? Was it? Wait a second, there was also build target. Did I config functions? Wait a second. Why did we not grab this in? Why did that not match? Grab A to Z, that is dot and slash, oh wait, why is here an R? So all of them we can't, like dot config and stuff. Some of the stuff is so build target. Should we remove this extra white space maybe while we are at it? And config cache, I mean, I guess here this config cache also doesn't need to have this. This is just why have more stray stuff if we don't need it. Totally not important, just a little bit spring cleaning. Vodafone on Twitter just when you... Yeah, of course, speaking of Vodafone, of course, we are not live streaming with Vodafone because their recurring theme Doxes is... So when do they now claim Q1 2023? Thank you very much. So that one thing, and then we had one more, right? And then we continue telling a little bit our usual open source. Or here, right? This was config cache. Let's maybe test build, so Lua or whatnot. I mean, this will in general work. So we need to actually switch back to that. Otherwise the build ID will not match. Config. Let's try. Just some random thing to see that, yeah, maybe I should get... The problem is this warning is inside Lua, as you see, and okay, in general that works. I intentionally separated those because the other were script things, that is config cache, I guess. Do we have more of? Probably not. I mean, this grep, I mean, theoretically, if we grab something, we also don't need that. Actually, there is actually, I didn't even remember that. That was interesting. There was some run checks, actually, that is interesting, forgot about that. Probably not really used, maybe that wasn't a, or did I know? I know I mangled that because, of course we do. And what else can we clean up while we do such? Wait, is there still this target? I thought I did I not? Oh, were there more? Were there two? Oh, there were more. There was a second that I overlooked. Okay, they are absolute with base. That even had that already there. This gets reverted without dot slash. Certainly makes no sense to I mean, you obviously you can add infinite amounts of current directory. Welcome there, everyone. So, and then we continue a little bit more useful stuff, just that this kind of stuff. Again, it works, it's not the most important, but just to best practice. Oh wait, this is nearly the wrong tree. And something of that sort. Wait a second. Was there not a second one? Wait, why did I not save? Wait a second, was I not also... Now I'm confused. What was there with... Maybe I actually edited the build target. Maybe this was because we switched back to the other. That might have been the reason. That's probably why we updated that. Anyway, yeah, so this random spaces here trigger me a little bit, but I don't have enough reason to change that now. This is why this stays for now. And yeah, just to try a little bit clean up and then to focus on system. So how do we change that? I also somehow need, I'm still not entirely sure, I probably need to log that better why this happens. It's of course now some updates missed. So how can we do that? It's actually a little bit tricky. Maybe it is the best to leave it here with printf. Is it even printf? So add text. So this add text thing is new for data. Maybe we simply sed that as a last. So I guess it all was print. And then the last, how do we do that best? I guess end of file, so let's the last line is the last line that much. Substitute. I mean, this doesn't have a. Can we directly substitute to test? No previous regular expression does that not. I thought that. Okay, fine, we can do that. And so what was in this file? ABC. Why does this not? Wait, is it even? I also meant that here actually. So ABC test. So I guess we can do it like that. I mean, the only thing is, does it if it has slashes? What would be the next best thing? How many new lines does that add? None, right? I mean, this is adding stuff like untested. So the only thing is with this kind of stuff always the quotes. I mean, could we, what would be the next best thing to do that? Because I mean, if we just, yeah, maybe we should, similar to cleanups, have here the best practice example of hardened shell scripting. Because if we use the SCD expression, you can't use, at least not easily, unless we quote that. I mean, we could, you can't use the same separating character, I wanted to say, like slash or at or whatever you use there. Maybe it would be the best to just remove what would be the, I mean, you can't, I think you can't substitute the last new line away because SED always outputs a new line, I think. I mean, we could, what would be the best way to remove the last character, the least error prone? Do we still have, maybe we use it after all and here it starts already, this match here. Maybe just oops. Do we, maybe we sometimes have a slash though, maybe, you know what, we rarely use a pipe symbol, right? Substitute, maybe that is rarely, I mean other times we use at, but maybe sometimes we use an at that we hopefully nearly never use. Let's see if that fixes that issue that we can finally, okay, so that works again, and then was it? They are super annoying argument handling, that is not ideal. Somehow we need to vastly improve that. Okay, so this works. It's maybe not, if you have better code for that. I could Google what people discuss in Stack Overflow, but whatever, I guess. Yeah, it's also much smaller diff, only modifying that. Let's maybe run that once without suspending again. To see if that works. And let's commit the other stuff in between. I still need this, of course. Do I have a to-do for that? I think I kept the to-do in. Here somewhere. I have this. Okay, with Perl test builds. So let's commit the other stuff. Oops. I'm pretty sure this must be with concurrent svn commits running, otherwise it doesn't. Oh wait, yeah, I guess it should be that. You know what? I think did I commit this already? Probably not, huh? svn opt, what was it? Just gonna see if it committed already something. We have another super annoying thing, and welcome everyone. Happy to see you, following you from time since few years now, and happy to hear that. What did I want to say? I wanted to say that, yeah, we have one super annoying problem apparently, that the GitHub folks of all this GitHub glory and stuff, of all things, they changed the download tarball URL scheme. We might have used it a little bit out of spec, but it worked, and it doesn't work anymore. That is super annoying. How long do we? 33 minutes. Maybe we make this a new format. I need to structure this channel a little bit more now that we grew a little bit more and have so much to do, obviously. Maybe like calling that an open source hour, only doing that maximum 1 hour and not like 3. And also I have so many security issues. I urgently need a new security debriefing. Guess really sometime soon. We know that T2 is in mostly amazing shape. We need to professionalize it a little bit more. But as usual, looking forward to your comments. So edit. Does that show? Okay, it doesn't accept option U. That is unfortunate. What is it then? User? Maybe I should also copy that. Yeah, usually I had this in the history, but I don't commit so much from this data VM. So 1 second for password entry. We have here something for password. I mean, not that it would, but non-trick. So let's see. Null fell in love with OpenBSD. Happy to hear that. One of the better choices, but unfortunately, theoretically, yeah, obviously you don't have so much drivers and stuff, right? For video streaming, I guess USB, video encode and stuff. But probably better than all the other 1800 Linux distributions. Also doxes. When you speak about Voda failing doxes infrastructure. Data doesn't find updates today. That is unfortunate. What else did we had here? What do we have here? Download or exit 1? Or maybe that is also some error handling. Maybe, yeah, probably. I vaguely remember that probably our databot tried. Right, I think this was not erroring out and then trying, like, basically hiding this error code, actually quite fitting the topic of this video. Does that, do we have, probably this doesn't revert that. I guess it never did. So you would still need to manually revert that, but that's not the point of. Ah, darn, I think I committed this as data so much too. Yeah. Yeah, some days, I mean, it's crazy that with over 4,000 packages today is really not an open source update day. Yeah, 4,000 packages. Although some stuff like Zope and probably can be deleted, I guess. What do we have here? Just a space, not entirely clear. That is line 64. Was it here? Is there anything? I guess that have only been spaces. Yeah, maybe don't commit this. Only clean this up when we. So that's all, yeah, I guess. Okay, the fan ramped up, so probably data test build something. Let's see. Oh, i3m, yay, it even built. And last but not least, if not the GitHub, how do we have time? Oh, only 40 minutes. She's super kind of sort of super productive today. The last thing was, right, we can probably also GitHub test build target. So here is fix target to here. So okay, we work around that, as you see here, previous video. So I guess we can now clean this up to build target reference job that. If error. Kinda sorta need a test suite for this stuff. Definitely need to test that. I wonder if we don't have open source updates today, if Doxis is failing so much of this bloody Vodafone shit. So the one thing, so I guess that is newly, right, we wanted to commit this also. So what I usually do with this leftovers, although I need to fix it as soon as possible, I commit this all together. Oh darn, could have marked this untested, but whatever. So this is all just this KDE stuff. Here, some leftovers. This probably all looks somewhat... It should have all downloaded, right? Yeah, I definitely... As you see, if you don't automate this, only replacement for automation is more automation. What you're saying was kernel panic though. Too many requests? A kernel? Oh wow, don't tell me some URL is giving us, oh that is crazy. Is there really some load balancer of our failing DOCSIS, tiny DOCSIS cable lineups, like you don't get downloads from us? Like, also you have freak SourceForge timed out? I mean, okay, that explains the thing. Hello, DOCSIS stuff. Yeah, if you sort. I'm not even live streaming over this, right? Because it's DOCSIS. Vodafone, Germany. Capital of Germany and stuff. Heart of Europe. Why should we expect working internet? But, so... The one other thing... Alright, GitHub downloads. I'm pretty sure they don't come down anymore. Super annoying. We also had this for decades. It's also the thing, right? You host your stuff on this big hosting platforms and they constantly randomly do random stuff. So what, yeah, right. So what we, yeah, so previously I think what happened is that, maybe we should also check GitHub that this still. So we apparently could have used any file name with this directory and it would have given us a tarball for any of those downloads, and they don't do that anymore apparently, and that is super annoying because not found. Yeah, thank you very much. Yeah. Then we need to hard code them all. Okay, to 14.0, that is even, although they have, do they even have, oh wait a second, they have even a dedicated download for some reason. But this one here, yeah, so if you see that, of course you don't see that. This URL sucks. We can't download all the stuff without file name. That certainly leads to so yeah, I guess that doesn't come down anymore like that. It didn't for some days, and probably I need to mass substitute that. It's super annoying. I wish I wouldn't have that. But this is a constant waste of time, right? Not only upstream changing project locations because they don't like some servers, or they move servers, or they rename the stuff, and then like this stuff. So previously that did work, and now apparently maybe it doesn't. Why does this not give a proper... dash location? Why does it not... Oh, wait a second, or... Oh, wait a second, this even gives us something. Interesting, I didn't expect that. Why do other downloads then? I'm pretty sure other downloads did not work. Question there, do you have linked to the right installation of Arch Linux? ASUS laptop doesn't match the endpoint. This question doesn't pass much, but in general I'm not using Arch Linux. We are using the world's best Linux distribution, otherwise known as T2. So I Actually, in my Hula, I think I never installed Arch Linux or one of the other 1879 Linux distributions, because why should I? So yeah, the good news is this download. The bad news is I'm pretty sure some other thing didn't download. Or it was just a temporary hiccup. What was the last thing I updated? Was it U-boot? Probably not, oh. I remember I had to change some download URL. Yeah, here, this GitHub. Yeah, you see this one. Let's try to replicate that here with that one. So we want, okay, this, oh wait, no, we want to download something of that sort. Okay, let's first try that one. What's this download though? Why does it download now? Or maybe it was a bug that day and they've changed it since then? 22.4? 22.4, does it also download? This does look strange. Yeah, that is not... But this doesn't give an error code, that is... not found there, thank you very much. Why does it not... No, whatever. Why does the other download and this one here not... Oh, wait a second. Here's a 0 though, but that, okay, that is not, or do they have, did the text is with O? Ah, the text is with O, you can't mix this shit up. Okay, then I looked wrong. Okay, then was my... mistake. Mr. Bean SA or so, Mr. Bean. Which Linux kind of Linux desktop? So right now I'm only running Sway with Wayland because previously I'm a humble man, right? Give me a freaking terminal, as you can see. I could basically, like, especially if I'm using cloud computing, logging into, I mean, like basically all of this except web browser I could make on work on a 100 megahertz Pentium, right? And maybe actually in the future you probably want to share, like, and subscribe for all this stuff. I'm probably eventually making days of like doing my, like working on a 100 megahertz Pentium or Sun Ultra Spark or stuff. Yes, Sway. To be fair though, I never was the greatest fan of tiled window managers. I got used to that a little bit, but I would say I would not use that full term. What do I even say? I wouldn't use it full time on a daily basis. As for me, this tiling window manager thing is mostly, it's okay for YouTube videos. I mean, most stuff is full screen anyway. For my daily work, I probably would prefer some windowed and icon desktop stuff. To be honest, I can't really see me working like with PDF files and stuff, to be honest, but at least I now have some tiling experience, and for like this kind of stuff it's okay. But leave me in the comments below. How long was our open source hour? Hey, we have only 10 minutes, which we probably should stick to because I have some other urgent stuff to do. But as usual, leave me in the comments below. So, minus a revision. Did I merge that? Probably not. Let's hope that merges without craziness, or we package boot, U-boot, maybe like that. Oh, come on. Then let's use easier to use URLs as long as they work. But yeah, leave in the comments below what kind of Linux desktop do you use, GNOME, KDE, XFCE. Of course, for our microkernel, eventually we need to write our own one. What we probably quickly could do, nonetheless, also, okay, this, so even FTP was single timed out because, nah, that sounds like an amazing internet, doesn't it? Yeah, if you ping us 100, what should I say? There's a reason we live stream with 0 frames over LTE. Man, what a bad internet. What I quickly will do is go over all the GitHub URLs and try to normalize them to have only one style. Select fat filtering everything. Okay, the checksum is the same, and then it's and that is this kind of stuff. This is truly dedication and attention to detail. You could just leave it, but I certainly have bigger plans, and I can't, like, for years have everything in disorder and random chaos. Other people, if you look at other Linux distributions, many of the other 1871 or so, you find quite some lesser attention to detail. And sometime soon, maybe not this year because we have a microkernel to write and maybe a desktop environment, you surely want to share, like, and subscribe for that, but eventually, maybe next year or so, we also, or this winter or whatever, or camping or sitting in our WEN or stuff, will eventually also create some new front ends to make this here more modern, which I'm only somewhat a fan of because never change the running system, right? But I recognize T2 usability could be better, even better, if this scripts would be even more convenient to use. So GitHub, oops. Maybe I should alias three stars to that. By the way, I wonder if ever in our life we will see some proper GMA 500. Was there any change? No, 8 years ago. Probably not. Yeah, pity. Anyway, so grep. So what we probably GitHub. Okay, we want only download tags. So grep download tag. And then basically field 1 checksum. What do we grab? Oh, this field D checksum file name. Is it field 4? Yeah, so we have at least some. This is stuff that I quickly wanted to correct though. So basically, what is a proper download? We just had, so you know what, nothing like running this twice and suspending then. So SVN up and suspend when done. Can't do that. So we just had corrected U-boot. So we want just archive version. So probably let's reverse grep archive. It was archive, right? Archive. Okay, that leaves us. I mean, okay, release probably could be okay or download. I mean, some Some have packaged downloads. I guess they are also okay. This one here is strange. Oh, this is... Oh wait, code load. Yeah, so that is strange. Julia-Lang? How many do we even have? If 149, oh man. I mean, yeah, we could certainly, this download also makes somewhat sense, errors on it. How many do we have left now? 32, and also grep git plus. Okay, I guess, yeah, we have only leading mostly this GitHub.io. So yeah, that would be those here. Some are crazy. File find? How do we get people to those URLs here? Yeah, those we should clean up. This one is also maybe that one is fine. That one maybe too. Oh, wait a second, but why does... Nah. UTF-8 proc is out of Julia-Lang? That is crazy. How do we get it out of there? Is it the last download location of this stuff or what? Is it, but don't tell me it's that one. Is it that one? It's really that one? You're kidding me. It's now maintained by the Julia project. Interesting. Crazy stuff these days. Oh, there's also a new version. Win-win. Updating random stuff. 261. Does that have a proper... No, not really. Just fixed it yesterday, right? Or the other... I guess it was. It is even not stable. Why did this not... update yet? Anyhow, the other we need to still tackle. We need that to auto-update though. That is for another day, because today we run out of time in our open source hour. Do we have a list of stuff not? Probably more to be found later. So we have, what do we have left? I only wonder though, oh, maybe this doesn't auto-download because that is not the best URL, as we just found, unless... Archive refs tag, actually we should have downloaded. So what was the... oh yes, yeah, this code load. Archive version project. Oh wait, yeah. Alright, this doesn't have... what was it? GitHub, com, project... Oops, what's it? Project, archive, version, CFZ. Does it have the same checksum? It has. Yay. Maybe that also updates then. That might be the reason it didn't auto-update. What a waste of time. Null asks, learning C at the moment. Rust and Go is an alternative, but I'm not sure why, only because I'm a bad programmer. Why? Oh, there was another question. There are many of your YouTube videos where you talk about Rust serving some drawbacks. Do you think it's worth to learn it as a substitute for C and C++? Well, definitely. Especially for C. C++ is, I mean, if you, in my opinion, I mean, yeah, C++ is of course not ideal. It's 4 decades better than C. It has already plus in the name, right? Must be right. But joke aside, although I would consider myself kind of quite some Jedi master in C. I'm aware of the limitations. I never was like a fan of that, like the C fans. C++ could have been so much better for decades, but it is what it is. Rust, of course, is alternative for more memory safety, certainly, and better security, less bugs and stuff. Just that Rust, I'm personally using C++ for 20 years. And I know C inside out, and I can write C as recurrently seen here. I personally would never use C for something at all. At least C++ for so many reasons. I can make a dedicated video about this. But Go and Rust, of course, more modern alternatives. I wish Rust would be even better, but it is what it is. There are always a dozen standards, and then people create the next standard. But yeah, Go and Rust are in many different ways better than C for sure, C++ mostly. It's not perfect. I wish it were perfect. That's a topic for another video. Let's quickly finish, so the open source hour is over. Probably should go back to actually earn money. Maybe we continue cleaning up this GitHub code load stuff another day. I use also ScanSnap firmware. So yeah, this stuff is also not. Do we have any other version things that we urgently need to fix? Maybe not, huh? So was that the only one? Probably, maybe, except here maybe those Raku things and stuff that somehow need to become better downloads, but that is not his overlay tool, so maybe, although I'm not sure, maybe we packaged it and this was some random nonsense. Probably, maybe. The only other thing is Project Trellis. Project was a project. Whether that has a proper release in the meantime. Oh, invalid request. Oh wait, this is code load. Love those modern URL things. Releases, yeah, no releases yet. Does it have any last commit is also a long time ago, so do we have that in there? C1, what was it? Oh no, FD. Not sure which. Maybe when we unlock this and I maybe added that in 2020, huh? We probably want a newer of those. I wish they would release a proper snapshot though. So 7.6. Yeah, this modern stuff there. 7.6, a little bit annoying that it's not directly copy and pasteable, but that's what it is. It's this modern world. So yeah, that's mostly it for today, I guess. And welcome everyone. Yeah, theoretically, oh wait a second, I pasted that with 1.7.6 and couldn't pasted that wrong. Let's see, that probably should give us the same hash, or oh no, it doesn't give us the same hash, yeah. C137, C137, 076, 07, C137, 076. Yeah, the problem is with those archives. I have the impression they do not always give the same checksum, so if you download that at home, that might not give you the same checksum. That is, of course, not ideal. But we need to tackle that another day. So yeah, that's it for today. Some improvements, including error handling. Error handling is, you know, always nice to have. Some are not the most open source updates today though. Maybe we take the daily Vim stuff. So yeah, I hope you learned something, and don't forget to subscribe for the next videos and fun stuff to come. Hey, and 0 frames over LTE.